94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
I said, Tony, yeah! Tony, in the morning. Tony, in the morning. Waking up your world.
Tony in the morning. It's local and it's here. Tony in the Morning Show. Tony Terrell, your best girlfriend. Thank you for starting your day with us.
Tony in the morning.
Tony in the morning. 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, Tony in the morning, Tuesday, and OMG, the aftermath of Hurricane Debbie that really caused a lot of problems in Florida, South Carolina, and now on alert, Georgia. How you doing this morning? Right.
And the daughter finds some Disneyland tickets in a scrapbook.
Okay.
And she uses them.
Why did she do that?
I don't know. Dad needs to give her a whooping.
Did you see what happened with T.I.? T.I. got arrested, and he's like, hey, man, it ain't me, man. It's not me, Tiny.
It wasn't me.
Speak up, Tiny. Right.
And doctors are warning people, just because the people in the Olympics are doing it, doesn't mean you can do it too.
You talking to the couch potatoes? Why are you looking at me when you say that, PT? All right.
No more backflips, Tony. No more backflips.
Right. So J-Lo and Ben Affleck, well, everybody knows that they've been going through marital problems. The house has been sold. He's moved out. They just haven't said officially that they're broke up. But now they're not talking to each other, and so we're going to get up in their business.
Tony, it's too soon for tattletales. It's too soon.
Right. All right. And we're going to give you a chance to win a trip for two to check out Kevin Hart. He's going to be in Las Vegas if you want to go.
And my chocolate self is not in the Olympic Village, but they are talking about me around the world, Tony.
They
What's
talking about
chocolate
you.
doing? What is chocolate doing?
That's your new name.
Sexual chocolate.
All right. It's Tony in the morning, Tuesday. We're back to school on 94.1 WHRP. It's too early for all that, Erykah Badu. Little quick reminder. Somebody woke up with two snaps and the attitude. Right.
Ooh, grabbing the air?
Ooh, yes, grabbing the air. Call him. Right. 94.1 WHRP, Tony in the morning, and DJ Primetime 256. A nice, relaxing type of weather right now. I think some of that might have something to do with Hurricane Debbie, but we're not expecting any rain or precipitation or anything like that. I just think that we're kind of slightly affected by the way,
I like the coolness. Huh?
I like the coolness also. But here's the deal. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina getting hit pretty doggone hard. Reportedly 4 people have died, over 150,000 people without power, and it's still growing with challenges with the flooding. So, I know the mayor of Savannah is extremely stressed out right now and concerned because of the flooding in that particular area. So if you had travel plans or you have family and friends in those areas, know that they are going through something right now, and you probably don't need to head that way as of yet, you know. But on the upswing, what had happened yesterday at the Olympics, it feels like we're watching a reality show.
It is a reality show. Oh, my God.
So I was trying to hang in there because I didn't get to see the afternoon episodes, and they repeat them in the evening for people who missed it. Although I'm recording everything,
go back.
It's something about just watching it when it comes on,
Yeah, watching it fresh.
Watching it fresh, and so they had the gymnastics floor exercise yesterday, and I know the internet is spoiling all this stuff, but I'm trying to avoid that too, to enjoy it, right? And so our girl Simone Biles had a few hiccups.
She did.
Slipped a little bit there. Then there was drama. Oh, with Jordan Child.
My God.
Oh, my goodness. And her score. And you know what? Kudos to her coach who challenged the score.
Like, hey, what's going on here?
Because at first she wasn't going to medal. And after the challenge and they had to take a little look, this is why Coco Golf is right on point with that. Look, let's
Come
go
on.
back and look at some
Look
things.
at these reviews.
Mhm.
Reviews.
And rewind,
Yep.
you know? So Jordan Childs ends up getting the bronze. And there's a beautiful photo. You can check
Love
it out
it.
on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP, where Simone Biles and Jordan Childs give the ultimate props
Yes.
to Rebecca Andrade of Brazil, who won the gold.
On the podium.
And
Yes.
they're bowing down, you know. And so Simone had already said that she was her biggest competitor and that she was tired because she's 27 years
Yep.
old. And she pretty much kind of said, subliminally, you know, there were some messages there like, we're going to pass this on to her. You know what I mean?
She's next. She's
Yeah.
next. I like, it's crazy how you said that she's getting old at 27.
For that type
Lord
of,
Jesus.
yeah.
Lord, I just got to embrace that and take that in.
What's the problem, Grandpa?
Because some of these kids don't know nothing about the 1900s, Tony.
Oh yeah, that part. But you know, for that type of you know, competition and everything, she's considered kind of up there in age.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, me
so,
too. I'm considered a little up there.
Beyond
You know,
the moon.
Good vibes, awesome listeners. Today's best variety of R&B, 94.1 WHRP.
We looking black in the day.
Was that black?
We're looking back in the day.
Back.
Back.
Well, back in the day, psychiatrist Dr. June Jackson Christmas from Cambridge, Massachusetts, earned a BS degree in zoology from Vassar College in 1945 and her MD degree in psychiatry from Boston University School of Medicine in 1949. Now, Dr. June Jackson Christmas became chief of the group therapy program at the Harlem Hospital Center and founded the Harlem Hospital Rehabilitation Center in 1964. She was the first African-American woman president of the American Public Health Association in 1980, and in 2003, she became a member of the board of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. That's black in the day. On this date, back in the day, in 1988, MTV Raps premiered with Run DMC hosting the first episode. It was 1989 that NWA performed It Stopped, their performance was stopped in Detroit because they performed The Police. All right, 2012, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they were named the highest paid couple in entertainment, and their net worth was, it's gone up significantly since then, you might say. Billionaire status. All right, celebrities celebrating birthdays and famous people too.
Leslie Odom Jr. celebrating his birthday today. He became prominence in the Broadway show Hamilton, as well as David Robinson, the Admiral, two-time NBA champion and Basketball Hall of Famer, and the Queen of Dancehall. Also, she's a DJ. I'm talking about Spice is celebrating her birthday today. Find more celebrity birthdays on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
And it is national, one of my favorite days, Root Beer Float Day. Yay.
Put some ice cream in it.
Yes, indeed.
Right down the street in the Tennessee Valley. Tony Terrell, your best girlfriend, and PT. DJ Primetime 256, 94.1 WHRP. Tony in the morning. Coming up, public service announcements. Positive things happening in our community. We're talking about phenomenal people, too, and the good news in the neighborhood on 94.1 WHRP.
Good news in the neighborhood. TVA is offering STEM education grants for teachers and students. The program is providing a $1.5 million to fund STEM's learning projects in the classroom and schools across TVA's 7 states. Applications are open now through September 15th. Teachers can apply for funding up to $5,000 for STEM projects, with preferences given to applications with a primary focus on energy, environmental stewardship, economic development, career development, and community problem solving. For this and other good news in the neighborhood, check out our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
The good news in the neighborhood is sponsored by Alabama A&M. Learn more about Alabama A&M University by visiting aamu.edu today. Alabama A&M. Start here. Go anywhere.
Feel good
Clean
when
the
you got to get
inside.
on board.
Put that trash up.
Man, the buses today are a little different than the buses I rode back in my day.
Really?
You know, yeah. Well, the wheels weren't round; they were squared, so
Oh,
it was a
my
real
God.
bumpy
See.
ride.
I thought the wheels on the bus went round and round, Tony. I thought they went round and round.
Not back in the olden days. All right. Well, listen, there are some ups and downs happening in Paris, France since the Olympics arrived. People have had some interesting things to say. Of course, we see all the good stuff when you're watching all the competition. But behind the scenes, we're hearing different things. Our queen, Serena Williams, just spoke out about a Paris hotel for denying her family access to a restaurant. Say what?
That's crazy.
You can't go nowhere in the world and not know who she is.
Not the champ.
Right? And the Peninsula of Paris denied her, as she says, access to the rooftop to eat in an empty restaurant. All right. And nonetheless, since she put her post out, a lot of people, of course, they went in. They went in. And now the Peninsula in Paris has since issued an apology claiming that the restaurant was full.
Was they really full? Was they really full, though? Now, you know what she should have did? Now, she should have went down to Olympic Village, right? And in Olympic Village, they got these ooey gooey chocolate muffins they have out there. Don't be calling me no chocolate muffin, Tony.
I might call you muffin, though.
They got these chocolate muffins that have been going viral. Norwegian swimmer Henrik Christensen had posted about it, and he said he has to have a chocolate muffin every day. So now, not just a chocolate muffin. He said he has to have 5 chocolate muffins every day.
I follow Coco Golf, and I remember one day she was going down because she heard about it too.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm not really a chocolate fan, but she went and found 2 chocolate muffins, and she said, OMG.
Said they were banging.
Wow.
Well, since the moment went viral with the Norwegian swimmer, the company plans to serve over 100,000 chocolate muffins while they're there at the Olympic Games. Now, they say it's chocolate on chocolate on chocolate, right? So it's the chocolate muffin with the chocolate chips or chocolate chunk toppings on it. And then it has a ooey gooey
So when you
chocolate
bite
center.
it, you've got that little lava type
They say
chocolate coming out.
When you bite into it, it goes, prime time, time. Yeah, just like that. And it just rings. And you hear it. Listen. Time.
94.1 WHRP. The latest gossip headlines.
Ooh, no, they didn't.
Tony's Tattletales.
I can't believe they talking about that.
The latest gossip headlines.
They all up in everybody's business.
Tony's Tattletales.
Tattletale. Tony's Tattletale. Tattletale.
Tony's Tattletales.
Ooh-wee. I'm glad it's August because people stop celebrating Christmas in July. But not Mariah Carey, who says, get ready. She's going to visit over 20 locations in November. And she's bringing back that favorite song you like to hear during the holidays.
You sing it, boo.
All right, congratulations to Mimi. Tickets will go on sale on August 9th. Yeah, get your tickets in advance. See Mimi. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Ooh, I need a contract. All right, check it out. Snoop Dogg is in Paris. If you don't know by now, you haven't been watching the Olympics. And now they're talking about Snoop Dogg is not there just for fun. He's bringing home $500,000 a day. Not for 2 weeks. A day. Cha-ching is right. That's the rumors that we heard. And congratulations to actor Wesley Snipes, who has set 2 Guinness World Records by his return as Blade in the new film Deadpool Wolverine. At 61 years old, he has actually broke a record as the longest career as a live-action Marvel character.
Wow. Congrats, Wesley.
25 years.
Come on, Mr. Snipes.
You don't know how to beat somebody else?
Slice them taxes in half. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
All right, it's not the word. It's what I heard. It's just tattletales. Dirty.
Tony's Tattletales is sponsored by Hello Huntsville, where your heartbeat of the community comes alive. Check out Hello Huntsville at WHRPFM.com.
94.1 WHRP. Coco Jones. Here we go.
Louie, that was a lot.
I had because sometimes some of these songs just be getting me.
Oh, okay.
Get me, and sometimes it make me want to go oh.
I want those songs to stop doing that to you.
No, it's something about it, Tony. It's
Oh, my
just
goodness.
something about it. It takes me back.
Takes you all the way back.
It
all
takes
right.
me back.
All the way back
to Lenny.
To Pampers.
Whoa,
I see.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. You see what I'm saying, don't it?
Love.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
It's in my soul. It's in my soul.
Hey, we have special guest, Jurian Isabelle, film director, that will be in studio at 8 o'clock on to catch up on his latest project, Born Again, and the many other projects that are already available for your viewing. He's been doing this for quite a while.
For a minute.
He and his brother, the Isabelle brothers, and they have a studio in the Tennessee Valley.
Ooh.
We got to catch up. Oh, yeah, start
In the Tennessee Valley.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Hey, you know what? I wonder if T Mill was trying to sneak over there. That's why he be trying to dip out on
Probably.
this.
Speaking
You know
of
what?
T-Mill, got to say happy birthday. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday to ya.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
T-Mill is celebrating his birthday. He's that old. Right.
Years old.
So make sure you give him a shout out on your social sites there and say, happy birthday, T-Mill.
Happy birthday, T Mill.
Did you see the story out of Mobile, Alabama, where Kayana Adams, who is a firefighter, evidently was fired from her position because of a tattoo that says she violated the department policy? I looked at the tattoo. Well, it's a tattoo.
Definitely a tattoo on the neck.
But she did it on the back part of her head, the lower part of her hair, her hairline, you might say. And then it goes down to, it almost looks like it's part of her neck.
Right. Yes,
Because
yes.
that's like the skull.
It's like the
tattoo
the
is a
spinal cord coming up.
Right. That's what the tattoo is, right?
Yeah, to the head with two hands, fingers touching it.
Yeah. I'd like to know what the whole design is all about. But how do you feel about that? You have tattoos.
I do. So in her case, it's the policy that they were saying that she had broken.
Because she has tattoos on the other part of her
Right.
body, but this particular one is more visible.
Yeah, and they were saying that you can't have any tattoos on your neck, so they didn't want any visible
Okay.
tattoos. So her case was, hey, I'm not the only one that has tattoos here.
Oh.
And so after she was hired, I think it was a couple of months after she was hired, they redid the rule.
Oh.
And they said that not only do they not want it on your neck because everybody else had it, so she was justified there, you can't have it in your hairline either.
Oh.
Yeah, so she got fired for a policy that was created after she had already had the tattoo.
Okay.
So that's why I don't agree with it.
Yeah. Because
No,
she
yeah.
was already in what? Yeah,
You should be grandfathered in.
And you hired her with the tattoo.
So she got the
new
tattoo
rules.
after she got hired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait a minute now.
She didn't have a tattoo at first. She got it after she had graduated the fire department, the academy, and everything. So she got the tattoo afterwards because some of her coworkers had a tattoo on their neck.
But they had their tattoos before the policy was put into place.
So the policy was already put into place.
When she got her tattoo.
Yes.
So she did violate it.
She did, but she was justified because everybody else had it.
But everybody else had it before the new rule.
But when she came in, the newest rule was not just your neck, but your hairline.
Okay.
Nobody else had it actually in their hair.
And she shaved her hair off in that area so you can see that part of the tattoo. If she grew her hair, we wouldn't be able to see it. Right. Yeah.
Right.
So, but she would have to, the only thing that she could probably avoid getting fired is growing her hair back and letting the hair grow down her back. Then nobody will see it.
Yeah.
And they'll just say, hey, you got a little hairy back firefighter out here.
Hairy back firefighter.
Hope it don't catch fire.
94.1 WHRP.
Tony in the morning and DJ Primetime 256. And, I'm so excited. We've got country weighing tickets. I mean, if you're checking us out on our website, you should know all the fun things. We're giving you a chance to win tickets to see Maxwell. Check us out at WHRPFM.com. But the big breaking news is that VP, that would be for Vice President, Kamala Harris has announced her running mate.
Yes. She has announced her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Yes.
Yes. Also, former Command Sergeant Major Tim Walz.
Okay.
Retired. Yes.
Nice. Okay.
I do love the military experience that they're going to bring to the office as well.
Yes.
I think you said, Tony, hey, it's about the team around you.
It is about the team
important.
around you. Yeah. So this is going to be very interesting because they'll be hitting the campaign trail, I believe, today. And so that said, with her new running mate, I know you know who. and all that orange glow will probably be, oh, he's a libertarian, he's a this and he's that, and all that kind of stuff, right? So get ready for the negativity to come. But yeah, congratulations to Vice President Kamala Harris. Officially has announced her running mate. And here we go. Roll your sleeves up.
I can't wait for the debates. Oh, man, I can't wait for the debates.
So speaking of the debates, did you see the other lie where he said he had an agreement with Fox and that's why they have to take it over to Fox? And shenanigans after shenanigans. But yeah, bring the debates on. But more importantly, don't forget to register to vote.
Tony in the Morning Show on 94.1 WHRP.
Tony in the Morning, DJ Primetime 256, Jurian Isabelle in the building.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Turn that microphone around
I'm
and
so
talking.
excited to
You're
be
right.
here.
I'm glad to have you here. Got you in the studio, which means you had to get up early.
Without my hat.
Your hat, you don't need a hat. It's time for us to see your hair. And you rocked the locks for a long time.
Yeah.
And now you're in incognito.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who you are when they see you on site. Like they have to do a double take, right?
Is that him?
T Mills did for real.
Yeah.
We went to the camp.
Right.
Max had invited me to the camp event, and we was there, and he kept looking at me. He looked dead at me, and then looked away. I said, "Ooh."
He didn't recognize you.
Yeah. So then I walked up and said, "T." He's like, "Oh, I thought that was you, but I didn't know." I'm like, "I'm gonna glue these back in."
Yeah.
I can't take it. I can't take the pressure.
Your signature hairstyle. So congratulations on your new project. Talking to, film director, producer, writer, instructor. You do it all, right? When did you get into wanting to produce and make films?
Well, I've been doing film since I was like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Probably 3, 4, 5.
What was your first one?
Oh, I don't want to say.
Yeah, come on, tell us. What was your first one?
All right.
Is it that crazy?
This morning. Okay, so like I used to be obsessed on such a geek. I used to be obsessed with like disaster movies.
Okay.
So like, in the 90s, like it was all about blowing stuff up and like dinosaurs. So I had made like this replica like White House. I can't believe I did it. It was like maybe I was really super young. I can't remember how old I was. But I made this replica White House because I just saw Independence Day with Will Smith.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we doing.
That's what we doing.
We blowing up presidents in White House. So
Oh,
this is
my
great.
goodness.
So then I had got some white construction paper and made like this white replica White House, and it was dope, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay.
And I just loaded it up with a whole bunch of fireworks, and it was 4th of July. I loaded up with a whole bunch of fireworks, and
Do
used
not
my
do this
dad's
trick at
camera
home.
and filmed it, and it caught on fire.
Oh my.
Yeah. I
So
had
that's
to-
where the imagination starts at that young in life, and you were hooked
the
right
insanity,
then.
yeah.
Well,
Because that was crazy. Looking back on, I could have set the whole yard on fire.
So you was
Right.
young, already doing special effects, see?
Yeah.
You didn't even realize it.
Trying to figure out how to make it work. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. And so, Isabelle brothers, where's the bro at? Where's he at?
Well,
your brother.
They got real jobs.
They got real jobs. Okay, so you get
Somebody got to make money.
somebody got to pay the bills for real. Yeah.
They working, but yeah, they still like help. Like when we did Born Again, they came on set in Atlanta and helped corral all the extras and stuff we had.
Okay.
And kept.
So you still have that joint effort.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay,
anytime
great.
I'm doing something, they put up with me. So yeah.
Tell me about your studio.
It's the Studio Academy, film studio. Well, I don't have a physical location. Wherever I go, I consider it my
So
studio.
right now we are your film studio.
This is a studio.
Yeah, right.
Wherever,
a debut.
wherever the Mitsubishi go.
It's a mobile. It's a mobile studio. Okay,
yeah.
I
Wherever
like
my
that.
camera and the Mitsubishi at, that's where the studio is. So whether it's
Right.
north side, up here, 94.1, wherever.
Right,
That's
right.
the studio. Yeah.
Do
I
you-
would never do like a big Tyler Perry. I wouldn't
No,
do that.
you don't want to do all
We can
that.
get Airbnbs.
That's a studio.
For real. Let's say the
Hey,
overhead.
PT, when we go home, we're going to open our door and we're like walking into our
Action.
studio.
Yeah.
Action.
For
You're
real.
right.
Seriously.
We're
It's already
talking
furnished.
talking to Jurian Isabelle and movie director. And so you had a lot of projects. The last one was not the present one, but Nine Divine. And here we have a young lady what made you want to talk about mental health issues?
It really started. It was around the time I was doing the academy. I was just thinking in my mind, like growing up, like what would I want if I was young? When I was that age, like what did I really want? And it really was just like a creative like atmosphere and structure, because I was thinking I was the only one with these crazy ideas, wanting to be creative, coming up with these stories, different things, and I was like, it really would have been cool to have like some type of creative family of like other kids my age that I could bounce off and create stuff with. I was like, okay, I'm gonna create that. And then in that thought process, I started thinking about how important it is for creatives to embrace other creatives, or it seemed like we up against so much mentally, because you already kind of thinking outside of the box.
Right.
But then like you put on top of that like life responsibilities and pressures from culture to adhere to certain, boxes or whatever to be quote unquote normal or whatever. So it's a lot that creative people or I think artistic people or people who kind of forward thinking have to deal with in life.
Right. And so you want to surround yourself with like-minded people who just get it.
Yeah. And just like for me too, like faith is really big. So grounding yourself with people who like really love you and don't want nothing from you, and go encourage you, and also be realistic with you, and like and not have you just out here like
Yeah, well, we have a lot of parents that are probably checking in. School started and most of our kiddos are at school, but I'm sure that said, there's a lot of creative young folks in various families around the Tennessee Valley, and for you to speak on that could be actually helpful in, what do I do with this kid? This kid with all this imagination, where do we go with this child?
Yeah, I would say I took a break from it because we had to do the series and stuff like that. And, I didn't have the time to devote fully like I had did before I started working. You don't want to play with folks' kids.
No.
You got to pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
So when stuff slowed back down, like I started back up. But I would encourage, if you have a creative child, to really embrace that creativity and don't, even though you might not be able to relate to them as far as the creativity and how they look at things, really don't let that affect how much you love in them and how much you give support. Even though you don't understand it, still try to like be there and support them as, and give them like that love, because that's really critical for creatives.
Well, are you getting any support these days? Lots of fans.
Yeah, I would say yes. I really appreciate everybody who's been checking out the work, and really the fans of ours is, I always kind of want to see us win, like you, Tony. Thank you for having me on, and it's really cool. Doing it independent is really tough. So anytime people hit me up, and be like, I really enjoyed the series, I really enjoyed the film, like it means a lot, because it's tough doing this and not just saying, oh, well, let me just kind of do what everybody else is doing, or let me just write what everybody else is writing because that's what's going, whatever, and kind of going against the grain. Like, it's really difficult.
All right, we're going to get into a little more conversation with Jurian Isabelle, who is our local filmmaker and movie director, and also someone who thinks outside the box. And we're going to get into some of the other movies you've done before we talk about the recent series, Born Again, here at 94.1 WHRP.
Today's best variety of R&B, 94.1 WHRP.
Catching up with the homie. Got Jurian Isabelle in the building. And I think when you and I first met, The Last Disciples was the film that you were dropping, right?
Yeah,
you came in.
here.
We
got the picture. I still got that picture.
I still have my poster. It's in my office.
Oh, that's
that was really
that was
good.
Like the beginning of everything.
Yeah, so a big, you kind of brought the biblical stories to the 21st century on that film. What made you want to do that?
We used to do these empowerment sessions with shout out to Pastor Elliott, Adolphus Elliott. On Thursdays, he had a downtown called It's Not About Us Ministries in Huntley Bass offices downtown Church Street. And at the time, I was doing trap videos. So, but I still
needed to find Black Jesus.
I had to hold close to them. Especially some of the places we used to be going. We used to be doing some crazy stuff. But anyway, like I still, went to church, and I still went to his empowerment sessions to like come in. I would just sit there and like listen, because And we would have conversations. I said, a couple of times I was with the guys and we were shooting. I was like, y'all need to come with me to these empowerment sessions. It's not what you think. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's like church stuff. Like, we're going to be reading the Bible. I said, it's not what you think, bro. Just come, check it out. You know what I'm saying? And if you like it, come back. If not, then whatever. They was like, all right, man, all right. So we went there. It was like, man, there was so many of us in there. Like, I remember we left the studio, went straight there. And Pastor Elliott is like super down to earth and like, he as real as you get. So he would take the concepts, the biblical concepts in there, and he'll present them. And then we all would just talk about like what in the real world, what the pressure's like, what it's really like. And then we would come to this middle ground. And I'm like, this is so dope. Like if we could see this visually, like what it would look like. Yeah. And that's when the idea for the movie had came about or whatnot. And me and my brothers had started writing it, and really, I wrote it with them because I was more comfortable with them. I didn't want to just write with no people like that. That was like the first time I really kind of stepped out. I was like, okay, I'm going to get back to like doing the movies and stuff. But I always kind of like work wherever I'm at, I guess, or whatnot. So at the time, like that's what was going on, you know? Like,
well, we want people to know that this is happening right here in the Tennessee Valley, that, film making is really, it's on and popping. Yeah. And, some of these films that you have done, these movies, these short films have been really powerful, like the Buffalo Soldiers and Calvary Hill. That's right here in the Tennessee Valley. Yeah. When
I was really young, like probably like 10, 11, I was going to church, and this lady had came, pastor had said, I got a treat for y'all today. Like, we got a filmmaker in the house, and my eyes lit up. Like, they had like big as my head, and I was like, "Who? Where?" You know what I'm saying? Because being, I didn't know nobody in the film. My folks, it was like just like go to school, get your work. You know what I'm saying? Like try to do this thing the right way. So I didn't have no access to film, and she came. It was this white lady had came because one of our elderly mothers, used to take care of her when she was younger.
Okay,
but she came to visit them. But she was a filmmaker. I don't know how old she was. When you like 10, 11, you think everybody's
really old.
So she might have been 12. I don't know. But she was like, I ran up to her after church, and I was like, hey, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to make movies. Well, I'm making movies now, but I'm going to be a big, filmmaker or whatnot. And then I was like, what do I need to do? Like, can I go with you? And, and she was like, I'm gonna give you some advice. I was like, okay. what you got to say about it or whatever. And she said, tell the story where you are.
Okay.
She's like, wherever you are, find a story and tell it. That's what she said.
Oh, wow.
And that really stuck with me. Like, I think subconsciously, I don't consciously think, it's not like written on a wall somewhere like neon lights or whatever, but I think subconsciously that's always been in my head of like, look wherever you are, look around, and what's the story, like what's happening, like what's going on, what needs to be said. And that's kind of how I always approach going forward, like my films and work, is like looking around and assessing what's happening or what's going on around, and like, okay, let me use my God-given gifts and talents to try to make this a reality or make it possible. That's kind of really it. And you look at all the films and projects I've done, it's kind of like that's really the secret magic formula. It's like, that's just what, that's what's going on. Like, that's what's around, like that's what I'm seeing. That's what,
Everybody's a filmmaker these days, it seems like, on social media, right? Oh, everybody's filming, like somebody's filming something now, Sure. Has that been a great tool to use with the different platforms in today's technology?
I would say this is probably a renaissance for content creation, independence. It's like the gates are wide open, Okay. What I'm doing, like my career, it wouldn't have been possible even probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because there would have been somebody there with their arms folded saying, nobody gonna watch this.
Right.
Wait, go back and make something else, or go do something, or survey your audience, see what your audience wants to watch. What's the demographics? Who going, like, when it comes to the business, everything is about numbers. So it's like it kind of squeezes that creativity to a point where whatever you normally would have wanted to do or done, by the time it go through 5 or 6 or 7 people on what's going to sell, it's not even that. So I think with the advent of streaming, social media, people being more accepting of watching content, and also the increase of technology being like right along there with, like, the bigs and majors, really, if you shooting right and got the lighting and stuff together, like you can give them a run for their money. Like a lot of these, major or, companies that have bigger budgets or whatnot we did Candy. The distributors and stuff was, you know, they try to act like, try to devalue you. I mean, I'm talking too much. They try to devalue you, you know, to try to get the most for less or whatnot. And then they come and ask me like, what camera you? Like, what cameras you use? How you do this? I'm like, what you asking me for? Y'all don't want to get access to all the Hollywood people. Like, what you all my business for? So it's like, they want to know too, like, as far as the people, independents doing their thing.
How
like,
are you doing your little tricks of the trade?
Which is crazy to me. Right. I'm like, y'all got the budget and money to do all of this, but you still. And
I got this camera I got from the pawn shop, right? Okay.
No, real deal. Like, for real. It wasn't the type of well for the pawn shop.
The struggle is real, but
real.
It's the end product, you know, that makes all the difference. And with all these different streaming platforms, you have places where people can see your films, of which I saw the new series Born Again on Tubi. And so what other platforms can people see your films?
I mean, right now Born Again is just on Tubi, but like like God of Dreams is on Tubi, Prime. But I'm pushing everybody to Tubi. Tubi's the future. I'm a big Tubi fan.
Right.
What God of Dreams is also on Xfinity. Well, it was on Xfinity. I think they had licensed it for a little while. Or whatnot.
But you've been on various platforms, and so that's you know, you got to find out what works best for your stuff. And plus, you have a .com where everybody can find it.
On the website, Isabelle Studios. You can go isabellestudios.com and then click the movies and find out where
you can stream them.
On your TV.
All right, let's get into it real quick with Born Again. That's the new series. At first, I thought it was a movie. And I'm like, okay. And then it went to another episode, and I was like, yes, okay. And it just kept going. And not typically the kind of drama, like it felt weird and spooky, but then it wasn't. It was just a lot of drama and mysterious stuff and what's going to happen next and where are we going with this craziness. And I'm like, there's a big message in this series, by the way. For those of you who are trying to dip and dab into the entertainment industry, everybody ain't your friend.
Everybody ain't your friend, and everybody don't want the best for you.
Born Again, if you haven't seen it, check it out on Tubi. You're going to get hooked, and you're going to want more. And so I'm hoping you're going to come with another season.
It's a rumor.
Prime time.
You got to come with season 2.
Prime time, you gonna be in it?
Man, let's get. Y'all heard him on the radio now. He said I can be in it. He said it.
We got to get you in there.
You got me.
I feel like you'll light the screen though.
Let's get it. And you got me like the first 5 minutes of every single episode.
Oh, good.
When, like the guy was in there, he was rocking. And then next you know, he's in the club and he's like, I really don't want to be here. And then boom, I ain't gonna spoil it.
Look, you can have him as a mix DJ. Who tries to get a job on the radio station.
I love where this is going.
And then goes Hollywood.
And then
what? What's the twist, Tony?
There's a price to pay.
Oh, snap, Tony.
Starbucks.
There's a price to pay. Jurian Isabelle, thank you for sharing your story, your encouragement to those who are on the fence on whether or not they want to venture into filmmaking and to show that it is possible, it can be done. Continued success, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
everybody
for
who's
coming
checking
in.
out the series. Thank you.
94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP. And did you know that injury after injury after injury is happening? But do you know what it's inspired by, Tony?
What?
It's inspired by these Olympic Games.
Yeah.
See, you sit back home on your couch and you're watching it and you say, you know what? I used to do that.
I used to do that. Right?
Now, I done searched over article after article after article, and every doctor in these articles is saying that injury reports are higher than normal because everybody
is trying to do it.
It's trying to do these Olympic moves, okay?
Better leave the gymnastics alone.
Please. Okay, so doctor says just because you used to do a backflip doesn't mean that those muscles work exactly the same way they used to work.
Oh my goodness. Stretching out, working out, these gymnasts and these athletes, they have been really putting in the work to get to this physical status to compete.
So Simone Biles has a move named after her.
Right.
We don't.
We don't.
Okay? There's no DJ Primetime backflip or cartwheel.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not going to catch me doing it. But for those of y'all that are inspired, I strongly encourage you. Just don't do it.
Just don't do
That's
it.
why-
Stay
watch
out the
professionals.
hospital. Stay from the doctor. I know, but it makes you get so excited and you think that you can do it. Like I've been trying to walk a straight line.
Oh, my God.
Like I'm on a balancing beam. Right? Just trying to walk a straight.
Here we go.
Exactly.
And then you got to dismount.
Yeah, right.
Put your hands up in the air and take a bow.
Oh, man. And speaking of Simone Biles, a lot of people that are curious as to why she and Jordan Childs actually bowed down to the gold recipient, the gold medal recipient and winner, Rebecca Andrade.
Yes.
Well, they said that, first of all, what we haven't talked about is the fact that they made history as the first all-black gymnastics, winners
Yes.
on the podium
Come
at
on
the
now.
same time.
Come
That
on.
was really
Come on.
big. And so she won gold. And so out of respect and just, her great performance, they bowed down to her because she's a queen, they said, and it was just such excitement for all three of them.
She hit every single landing. Rebecca killed it, and she deserved
Didn't go
the
out of
gold.
bounds and didn't stumble or anything. And this was the moment she had been waiting
Yes.
for. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
And that's how you show what? Good sportsmanship.
Come on now.
94.1 WHRP.
I'm DJ Primetime 256, and now it's time for your motivation and inspiration.
Give yourself the opportunity to grow and don't block your blessings. Welcome them. Oftentimes, there's something right there before you, giving you an opportunity, and you don't see it. It's right there. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. Don't block your blessings and welcome them. That is your motivation and inspiration. 94.1 WHRP.
You hear the background vocals on that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
And that iconic Marvin Gaye scream. Oh, yes, indeed. Tony in the morning, 94.1 WHRP and DJ Primetime 256. And don't forget about those national keywords. A chance to check out Kevin Hart in Las Vegas, Lil Wayne, Ludacris. It's going to be a whole vibe, whole party. We want you there. Kevin Williams on the way with the midday vibe and more of those national key words.
And until tomorrow, Tennessee Valley, remember, we love you.
94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
I said, Tony, yeah. Tony in the morning. Tony in the morning.
Tony in the morning. It's local and it's here. Tony in the morning show. Tony Terrell, your best girlfriend. Thank you for starting your day with us.
Tony in the morning.
Tony in the morning. 94.1 WHRP.